Don't worry, I did not forget my mic this time. Anyway, greetings, salutations, good day. Hi, once again, guys and gals. Welcome back to the CorpoCar Season 7 Championship Trail as we get set to bring you the first few rounds of World Series action. That's right, it's the 7th edition of the original CorpoCar Racing Series, the CorpoCar World Series. First 3 rounds we're gonna be racing at the road course layouts of Daytona International Raceway. Then we'll mosey on over to Kentucky Speedway for the first of 5 oval rounds, and then we'll travel to Croatia at the Automotodrom Grobnik, because of course World Series action. So 54 corpo vTubers from 11 different agencies qualifying for this month's edition of the World Series, either out of the East Series, West Series, or doing pretty darn good in Worlds last December. Anyway, you know who I am. I'm a piggy. I am Dag. And I'm joined in commentary by no one at the moment. But that's okay. That's okay. We'll just see how it is as we get straight into the action here. No special placeholder livery. We're just sticking to whatever we got. Anyway, opening round. As I've stated, Daytona. Let's go away to Daytona. As someone just came into the streaming area to drop off something. Anyway, your list of 54 drivers and a placeholder. Just to make sure. 3.560 miles, 5.729 kilometers, 12 turns. A very interesting layout. And as per usual, 21-minute standing start races. For road and street course races, that is. Alright, let's get right to it. Load. Here we go. Alright. We're going to try and get through the track previews live, so let's fast forward a bit and see who will come out to do the track preview here. Why, it's good old Kiri Kilovolt, the winner of the East Series last April. Anyway, you immediately go into the infield layout. First couple turns into the Rodriguez International Horseshoe past turn 3. The dogleg turn 4. And then the West Horseshoe in 5. And then past turn 6, where you enter turn 1 of the oval. And then naturally you have to go into turn 2. To break the further monotony of essentially oval racing, you have to go through this bus stop chicane. The Le Mans chicane, they call it, turns 9 and 10. And then turn 11, which is turn 3 of the oval. Turn 12, which is turn 4 of the oval, and you go into your typical start-finish as we get the bit of a lineup for the fantasy CorpoCar team of course, Axolotl. Welcome, welcome, welcome. Alright, let's set the grid for this race and see who doesn't qualify. To get my soundboard up. Well, that's all you see of Volti for this opening round, because we can only qualify 36 cars for the race. So easy come, easy go. So that's a lot of names that we're gonna have to scrap out. Ooh, Snoozy Chew, the only driver of socks in the world's roster this month, didn't bother to qualify. Can speak of the reigning world's champion, also missed out. And a few more names that we'll have to set aside for the time being. Man, many of them that didn't qualify have new liveries, and we won't get to feature them here yet. What a darn shame. Okay, Tomoe Umari barely made the cut for this race. And the first points of the championship will go to Alias Anono, who won West Series season, I forgot when. It's been a long time. I know she's a former West Series champion, though, so, yeah. So, Alias no, followed by Yayugiri. And I keep forgetting about making a new livery for Yayugiri, because time is short. Koma, Ruby, Triggerfish, Hitamu Omo. Who else do we got there? Perry, Planet, and Taiga. Quite a few names that you didn't see in West and East Series action because they already qualified for Worlds here. We have a Boney Barkswell, we have a Terra 404, and we have a Hysteria. Tomomi Admira and Minya. Somehow Admira Rivenhart qualified for Worlds after failing to score in the first 6 of 10 rounds in the West Series. Admira only scored for 3 rounds, and those are really big results. So, somehow she's here. And right after Minya, we got Utahime, Lumi, and Leah. Sakota, Mamie, Majoko, Rem Kanashibari. Now, Rem will have to start off the series on a dreaded points penalty. 3-point penalty for actions detrimental. So a slight disadvantage for Rem Kanashibari. Starting off at negative 3 points here. Mizma, Maeve, Poco. Roa, Stimpak, and Nova. Irie, Amoria, Tearing, who? Goro, Mayface, Sarah. And finally, we have Kumanui Miel, Rina Lunette, and Tomoe Umari. And that's the first grid here for this 21-minute race. 100 points for the winner, 1 point for 30th. Nothing below that. Super already. Let's get right into the action. First of 15 rounds in CorpoCar World Series Season 7 from Daytona. Set to go here. Pole sitter, Alias Anono, ready to go. Here come the red lights, soon they'll turn green and we'll be underway here. It's CorpoCar World Series Season 7 from Daytona. We're underway here. And into the first turn, into the infield section, everyone fighting for position. Very good jump by Coma of Specialty JP. Followed closer by Alias Anono of vTubers. Cars going side by side, fighting for position here. Going into the West Horseshoe now. Past the dogleg into the West Horseshoe. And Alias Anono is just going too far away from some of the others. Yayugiri third, so that's two vTubers members in the top three. Followed by a Triggerfish, of Aegis Link, and a Ruby Runeheart of Idle Corp. On to the oval for the first time in this race we go. Everyone fighting for position here. And now going past this Le Mans chicane as someone seems to have lost front wing. And that's the aforementioned Admira. So that's going to drop her into pit lane, I'm pretty sure. After one lap of who knows how many by the end of these 21 minutes, Alias Anono, Koma Oboro, and Yayugiri. And Boko having to go into pit lane with a lost rear wing. That's worse than the lost front wing of Admira. 34 other cars are just getting used to these interesting turns. Me, I'm trying to readapt to keyboard presses according to R Factor. The muscle memory of testing for VGTC action getting to me. Oh, by the by, sign up form is live for the VGTC. If you want to sign up yourself or a team or your favorite VTuber or what have you not. And only now is Admira coming out. Poco taking forever here. Not a DNF, but we'll have Alias still leading by a little over 1.5 seconds as Poco is awkwardly lapped. Admira barely not lapped. Triggerfish up to second now, ahead of EA. Nice battle for positioning between Minya and Taiga. Drivers driving to the best of their abilities. Blah, blah, blah. Anyway, I like the new livery for Mamie. Who else has interesting new liveries? That's Kai Saikoda. We could have a better view of her wicked new design. And who else? Irie. Yeah, and I am aware she has a new summer outfits along with some of the other original Gen members be their. I'm just going by their second outfit. Anyone else with new liveries? There's Tomoe, ready for the summer. And new look for Neil. And we already aware of Poco's new design. Anyway, gotta get back to the racing, and Alias no is way too far ahead of herself. So let's focus on these four. Yeah. Taiga a bit of a distance behind fifth, and yeah. That's all 36 cars still there. Whoa, careful there. Oh man, where's the fire? Now this viewpoint, it's sometimes hard to see if they still have their front wing or not. They have to turn around the car like a deep angle to make sure. Oh yeah, speaking of Glitch Stars, they have an announcement. They got an announcement that's coming up tomorrow. I am wanting to believe they have gotten a new existing indie to join their agency. As there's cars just poking each other around this west horseshoe. There may have been a spoiler alert, according to this one event all of Glitch Stars is having at Opkai next weekend. But then they seem to have removed the spoilers, so as of current, I have no clue what's going on. Impact not doing so hot here, currently outside of the points. Here's another Glitch Stars member. Just also struggling against this tough crowd. By the by, I can't wait to experience massive amounts of FOMO next weekend. Oh man. I'm too far away to make the trip down to San Jose for that con. Anyway, Alias, just trying to get past this lapped car. Apparently, blue flag rules don't exist in R Factor 1. Admira giving Alias a hard time here. Well, we're under 11 minutes left, as all 36 cars are still perfectly intact. Come on, Admira, we have a driver vying for the win here. Thank you. Anyway, we have a double round coming up in San Francisco tomorrow. A fictional street circuit that will be driven in one direction and then the other in two separate rounds, back-to-back, rounds 4 and 5. Yeah, I know there exists a Champ Car San Jose street circuit layout, and we've been there a few times. We're just not going there this month. Yet I don't think that San Jose street circuit layout could even fit 36 cars. I know it can fit 30 cars fine for VTuber IndyCar, but I don't think it could do any more than like 32 or something. Admira, Tomomi, and Poco struggling here. This mechanical keyboard and these sensitive buttons. Triggerfish. To get closer and closer to the race leader, the pole sitter. Careful about the touching of brass right there. Well, it was like a 3+ second delay, but it's now 0.715. Yay remains a distant third, just barely ahead of Taiga. Here comes the battle. Onto the Le Mans chicane. Triggerfish being blocked by Admira. And stays where she is. Maybe on the oval? Maybe on the tri-oval front stretch? No, she couldn't go clear of Alias. Not this time. Now she does. Triggerfish takes the lead away from Alias. 3 of the 4 members of Aegis Link qualifying for Worlds. F's in the chat for Landphilia, who couldn't make the top 22 in the West Series last April. 6 minutes left. Asgoro having to hit just minor losses of front and rear wings, but nothing worse than that. Comes Alias against Trigger. A bit of a boost, and Alias regains the lead from Trigger. As another car gets lapped. Who can we follow here? Is there any close battle going on? Two Specialty JP members trying to impede the progress of Leia Asimov. Hysteria wants into the fun as well. Alright, I forgot. The tab button to turn on the names. Silly me. Okay, now you're able to recognize who's who here. I was wondering why something looked rather off here, but yeah, and now I know. Press the tab button, bring in the names. Tab button on, tab button off, tab button on, tab button off. Keep it on, buddy. Otherwise, how will we know who's who in this lineup? Comes Mamie. Fresh new livery, which she got. Fresh new livery for her new outfit, which she got less than a month ago for her birthday. And Alias is well ahead of the next driver down again. Well, it's too big. 5.5 seconds. Minya against Harry. Come down to 2 minutes, and Minya will improve to 6th at the moment. Check the times for each lap. Around the 130s, a little over 130. So this is the penultimate lap of this race. And Alias Anono doesn't seem to be challenged whatsoever. Way too far ahead of herself as we come down to the final minute. Around the chicane, around the bus stop. Tyga Torgani wants to steal that last podium position. But in the meantime, the white flag will be waved for Alias as another car finds its way into pit lane. This time it's Tara. Yeah, she is out of the race. That's our first casualty of this race. And I don't even know if we'll get any more drivers out. I think that's all we got for now. Yeah, Triggerfish tried to go as close as possible to Alias, but Alias is too far ahead of herself as we go into the backstretch and the bus stop for the last time in this round. It's a very dominant opening round run for the Vtuber member. As turns 3 and 4 for the last time and on to the finish. Checkered flag is waved and Alias Anono wins the opening round of CorpoCar World Series Season 7. She's your winner here in Daytona. Triggerfish finishes second, and Yayugiri makes it a 1-3 double podium for Vtuber. And the rest of the field coming home to the finish. Just one more, and then we are done. Okay, that's the race. That's the opening round done here. So congratulations to Alias Anono. That will be her first win in Worlds. So she's got a win, a second, and a third. 3 podiums, each of different colors in Worlds action. And then Triggerfish. Yoo-hoo! Where are you? There you are. And Yayugiri of Vtuber. Right there. And I will also update the sheet. Alright, Alias, Triggerfish, and Yayugiri. And Tyga Ruby Lumi, Chitamu, Perry, Minia, Coma, Hysteria, Plane, Leah, Utahime, Maeve, Bonnie, Mamie, Nova, Kai, Manui Miel, Irie, Rem, finishing 22nd. Remember, 3-point penalty for her. Sarah, Amoria, Tomoe, Misma, Rena, Roa, Tearing, and Stimpak. Those are your scorers. Meifei, no points. Admira, no points. Tomomi, Goro, Poco, and 404 points not found. And who am I missing? Finished 20th for 12 points. It's coming to Emil. So 12 points for Emil, and the rest look fine. Instead of 100, it's 101 for Alias. And instead of 9 points for Rem, it's 6 points for Rem. So the opening round will go to Alias Onono. I'm gonna fast forward to the finish just to make sure everything looks fine, and yeah. Okay. It's all 36 in, and we're gonna quickly find out what happened to Terra 404 as we check out the replay. What in the world seems to be the issue here for Terra 404? It was close to the finish, and she crashed out in lap 13. Yeah. Had an issue right there, of all places. Yeah, that was unfortunate. Probably lost suspension. Yeah, that was a weird crash. Just basically got whamboozled by absolutely nothing. Just a jerk into the wall all of a sudden. Okay, so we're gonna stop right there, and when we come back, we'll have more action coming your way for round 2 of the CorpoCar World Series Season 7. Coming up in Kentucky, so I'm going to halt the recording and stream for a bit, and then restart it, and then we will head over to Kentucky for round 2. Alright, see you in a few minutes. Alright, welcome back, fellas. Let's get right Back into the action in our factor. Kentucky Speedway. If I could find it. There you are. Now the setup for oval races in CorpoCar, absurdly different from the setup for road street course races. For one, we gotta have a rolling start. We gotta set the laps in time. This is gonna be a 48 lap race with 25-minute time limit. And expect to see some hack racing with how absurdly set up these corpo cars are. 1.5 mile tri-oval, 2.414 kilometer 4-turn. Turns 1 and 2 banked 17 degree. Turns 3 and 4 banked 14 degree. Front stretch 10 degree, back stretch 4 degree, and let's get right to it. Let's get right to it. Low. All right then. Quiet, Alias. I don't know. Who just won at the Daytona road course? Let's follow her along with the track preview. Showcase a couple of oval laps. Slow work, slow work, slow work. Slow work, slow work, slow work. And full speed ahead. So go around and around and around. Moderately banked turns. And become a flying lap. That's a trial will turn into turn 1 and then turn 2. And here you are on the front stretch. Couple more turns. And that's a lap here. Let's do one more lap. Why don't we? As we're seeing a whole lot of toms there. If you know what that sound is, you know. Oops, all toms and all plaz. I would consider a Tom and Jerry joke, but Jelly Hoshiumi is in phase car. You won't see her until July. Tom and Jelly, yeah. That joke was a shit joke I just made. I'm sorry, fellas. Grid. And Alias will start off 5th, and Mayfei doesn't even bother to set a time. Well, we'll get out of here then. No Bonnie, no Shivi, no Minya. And Admira, again, starting off the series pretty darned poorly. And snoozy to race. Mercy, Mia, Daisy, Lene, Goro, Snoozy, and Rara and Rena all missed a cut. And yeah, okay. Alright, so oval races have a 40 car field instead of 36. Eliza, not Eve, will get pole. Is that right, Eliza? That's Eva. Yeah, okay. Yeah, she's in Worlds. I set the field right. I set the rust right. And we have Chitamu, Ram, Nova, Alias, Kumanui Meal. Then we have Taiga Stimpak Maybe, Nikki, Tanya, and Kai. 3 members of Idol in different waves. Kokone, Hysteria, Utahime. Volti is in. And then Tomomi. And Yay. Perry, Mizma, and Leah. Speaker is in. Koma, Mamie. Azusa, Koa, and Tara. Hoka, Amoria, and Tomoe. Ruby, Maeve, Reina. I miss Maeve Kakakiri of VNU. Coney, Irie, and Roa. And finally, Imi, Lumi, Sarah, and Triggerfish. Grid set. 48 laps of action here at Kentucky. First of 5 oval races of the series. So, let's get into the action. I'm gonna speed it up a bit. Start here. So, front row is Eliza and Chitamu, and then we have Rem and Nova, and yeah. Set to go here, 48 laps at Kentucky. Safety car will come in, and let's get right into the action here. Green flag is waved at Kentucky. Off we go for round 2. And the cars are already spreading out toward the front. Won't be long until we have 4 wide action. Well, what do you know? We do. Well, sort of. Well, there's 3 wide and, yep, 4 wide. If we're lucky, we might see 5 wide. Didn't take too long until we got this whole pack of cars right there. Oh, God. Nearly 4 or 5 wide. Oh, chaos, 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 chaos. Involving Triggerfish and Maeve Morberan. Oh, man. For once, we actually have cars having issues here. I will not press the replay button because that will screw up the running order. Sarah Luceria having to go into pit lane, so's Coney Confetti. So, not the cleanest of launches for the clown astronaut of Idol Corp. We have Tanya in the lead, followed by Coma, and it's hard to tell at the moment. And yeah, it's multiple cars wide. Yeah, it's pack racing at its finest here. Might we have another oopsie doodle soon? Well, then keep your eyes peeled and we'll just see what happens as Cocone finds her way to second, followed by Nova of all drivers. Alias Anono having a strong start to the series. And as I say that, the conga line, the outer row conga line is starting to develop and just making things all confusing for all of us here to consider. And some cars being pushed well below this racing line, because apparently racing limits aren't a thing in RF1. It's just pushing and shoving and pushing, and hopefully you can hear what I'm trying to say amidst this cluster of engine noises. Ford Cosworth engines being pushed to their limits here. And Ram Kanashibari finds herself up ahead of Terra 404, who's fresh off of that awkward mid-race crash in Daytona. Anywho, single file driving here as Stimpack joins the conga line. Mamie tries to break from the line, but then awkwardly finds herself back in. No, she breaks the line again. And Triggerfish is starting to be a bit of a traffic issue for the race leaders at hand. Keep an eye on the front section. Expect a bit of a scuffle, trying to find position here. Rem clears left car of Triggerfish with no problem. And Kiri Kilovolt finds herself third, as I forgot to turn on the live chat again. Three wide, very close to the lead. Here come Volti. Volti leading on an oval, of all places. Far wide, almost. As we're seeing another car that will pressure the race leaders. That's Maeve Morveren's car. Volti, Kai, and Misma. And Kai says abandon ship. Misma on the outside creeping her way up to the front. More 4 wide we're seeing here as we come down to 32 laps. Another shuffle for the lead right here. 4 wide, 4 wide, 3 wide, 4 wide. And another lapped car, this time Sarah Luceria's. And we find Chabelle Tanya up in front. And here comes Elizabeth Eve. What in the world happened to Volti? And the shuffle's deep. It's sometimes hard to focus on the car I want to focus on. Lots of pushing and shoving. Look at that 5. It could have been a 6 wide. It seems. Reina Rononea of Globy now up in front. Oh, it's all a big mess. Poor Maeve and Sarah. They don't know what they're into. Maybe he's the new leader. Maybe Stimmy? No? I know Triggerfish is supposed to be a lapped car. Now we have to speak up in front. Oh man. We're seeing it all, folks. Kara 404 up in front. Kai has been rather close to the front throughout the first part of this race. More pushing and shoving. Amazingly, the cars are able to stay parallel to the racing line. No disaster still, outside of what went on at the start of the race. Lots and lots of 4 wide, like we're watching NASCAR Next Gen race at Talladega. This time it's Mamie up in front. Lead changes plenty here. Roa Arcos is lapped. Well done. I got some more is up in front. Never mind, it's back to Emmy. So we're halfway through this race. The race is official. Oh man, look how wide that the field is at the moment. Emmy currently leading the way, but we've seen a whole mess of position changes. Kokone up to 1 right now. Well, Alias is 2. From Meal. We expected to see intermediate oval pack racing, and I don't know what we expected. 20 to go. 3 wide for the lead. Don't be surprised for the race winning margin to be somewhere in the way of .00 something. Well, it's .002 at the moment for Kitaspika. Volti up in front now. Cars with bent front wings, dented side pods. An absolute melee here in Kentucky. Harry up in front for Skeller vs. Pro. Followed by Alias. Oh, goodness gracious. Alias. Still having a strong performance to begin with this month. Down to 16 as Tyga Toragami takes over. Any one of 40 cars can still perhaps win the whole darn thing in this round. After this, we'll have our first international race of the series taking place at Automotodrom Grobnik in Croatia. Oh, Alias slowing down on the outside line. This time it's Chitamu Omo up in front. But she is slowing down. More lapped car fun to be had here in Kentucky Speedway. We're seeing conga lines, we're seeing drivers playing musical chairs. Sorry about the sound I'm making with my moving the keyboard a bit. Aiming right at Volti's tail. Again, the home row keyboard keys, not the F row keys. This isn't AC. That's 12 laps as someone that seems to have lost a front wing. That's certainly gonna be a drop into pit lane for one unlucky driver. I can't tell who. We have an issue with the driver trying to get back into pit lane. We have Triggerfish and Kokone going into pit lane. I'm down to 10 laps with Kuminui Meal leading the way. But she's dropping a whole bunch of positions. This time it's Terra 404 up in front. Followed by a lapped car, followed by maybe Ivory, and then maybe so. Eight to go, 40 down. As we're seeing Kokona now coming out after taking an absurdly long time in pit lane. We have 32 cars in the lead lap. Down to 7. Lots and lots of positions being fought for here this late in the race. 6 to go. With Terra up in front, trying to come back, rebound from that awful start of a series in Daytona. Five to go as we see cars having to endure more lapped traffic. Volti regains the lead now, followed by Mibby. Single file action coming down to 4. Volti still doing quite well here. Huey, Mibby, Kai. As we come down to 3. An interweaving of lapped cars and lead cars in this conga line. Who will break the line and try to vie for the win? 2 to go. Alias Nono on the move, but still a bit too far out. And is slowing down. Still barely 4th. But here come the white flag here for Volti. 1.5 miles left to go. Maybe trying to perhaps make a move for the win against Kilovolt. Kai breaks the line, but it's not doing so hot for her. As we come to the finish line. And that's gonna do it. Kiri Kilovolt, winner, fried chicken dinner at Kentucky Speedway. Kiri Kilovolt wins on an oval. What are the odds? The F1 specialist, knowing what road course and street course racing is like, gets her first Worlds win on an oval. Congrats to Kiri Kilovolt. Wow. Kiri Kilovolt is a CorpoCar Worlds winner. Maybe Ivory takes second for VNU, and Kai Saikota for Idle Corp takes third. I'd hold the music for a bit and congratulate Kiri Kilovolt, the East Series champion. winning an oval race. Mivy second, and Kai taking third. That is quite interesting. Quite an interesting sight to behold. The British giraffe speed driver showing true speed on an interesting track design. An oval, a tri-oval. So yeah, that's certainly happened right there. So yeah, F1 drivers winning winning oval races upon moving to IndyCar, not so unusual. Nigel Mansell winning quite a bunch of oval races in kart, and then we have Takuma Sato and Marcus Ericsson, former F1 drivers, winning the Indy 500. Excuse me. Alright, Kiri, maybe Kai, Alias, Shabel Tanya, Tara, Ami, Tomoe, Rem, Poco, Misma, Chitamu, Stimpak. That's your top 13 here, and then we have Ruby, Utahime, Harry, Hysteria, Taiga, Nikki, Kumanui, Koma, Reina, Eliza, Leah, Amoria, Irie, Mamie, Spika, Nova, Azusa, and those are your 30-point scores. Yay, Tomomi, Maeve, Koa, Roa, Lumi, Triggerfish, Kokone, Coney, and Sarah. Those are your 10 non-scorers. And just to make sure I have the count right, 20th for 12 is Kumanui Meal. Again, 20th place finish for Meal. And 5th for 45 points, Tanya. And a few more names that I have to mark as nil. Sarah, Coney, and Kokone, and Triggerfish. Ooh. To make it 40 drivers. And who started off at pole? Eliza.Eve. And where did Volti start? Started off 16th and got the win. And Mivy, where did she start? 9th. And then Kai Started off 12th and got 3rd. So yeah, massive dub for Kiri Kilovolt as we check out the points. Ailey Sonono finds herself in the lead. 151. Kiri Kilovolt, 100 even. And we have Triggerfish and Mibby both on 75. But zero score performances have priority over DNQs, so Triggerfish has the tiebreaker over Mibby Ivory at the moment. And 5th with 74 is Kai Saikota. All right, we're going to take a break for a bit, and then when we come back, we will have a race at Grobnik, the Automotodrom Grobnik in Croatia for round 3, coming your way in just a few minutes. All right, see you in a few minutes, all. Rightio then, welcome back. Let's take a flight across the Atlantic to somewhere in Eastern Europe to, I don't even know if I'm pronouncing this right. Čavle, C-A-V-L-E. 10 kilometers or 6.2 miles north of Rijeka in Croatia. That's right, I'm talking about the Automotodrom Grobnik. As I have to set the settings correctly again. 4.168 kilometer, 2.590 mile track. And it's FIA grade 4. Well then. Number of turns, it may seem like there's too many to count, but they're counting only 18. On this interesting, narrow, red hot chili pepper layout, or what looks like an Irish shillelagh, or whatever. Load! Who will be out for the track preview. Do speak of this time, the CorpoCar Season 6 champion for Vita in her fancy new livery. As you go around the inside hook of this shillelagh, and then you go around this bend. A bit too deep for hairpin turn. Yeah, this is round 3. This is indeed round 3. Huh, a slight bit of banking there. Interesting. Very nice Croatian scenery. That's what you love to see. A very nice, picturesque Eastern Europe track as you go around these many different bends. Speed your way throughout this mountainous setting. And then realize that you have a race to go through. It's a sprint to the finish, and then you have to repeat the process like a dozen or so times in 21 minutes. Alright, 36 cars will qualify for this race. Let's see who will qualify. And do we have a qualifying thing? Yeah, okay. So we'll boot away a few drivers. Another aborted takeoff for Coney. Ah, man, Stimpack didn't qualify. Tanya missed out. And Snoozy Chew, just doesn't want to bother. That's 3 consecutive DNQs to start off the series for Snoozy. No Tyga, no Maeve, Tanya, Azusa. No go for Triggerfish, nor a few more. Well, sadly, just missed out on the cut, and so's Shibby. And the pole is Sarah Luceria, trying to represent the European branch of Brave Corp in Globy. And Alias, another strong start for her, starting off 4th, behind Misma and Delumi. Then we have Daisy Dandelion for the first time this month. And then Hysteria. Maybe Leah and Mia. Rena, Goro, and Eliza. Who else? Mayfei, Irie, and Kumanui Miel. Emi, Tara, and Utahime. Rem, Chitamu, and Minya. Koa, Volti, and Amoria. Mamie, Tomomi, and Bonnie. Reina, Admira, and Nikki. Nova, Plane, Mercy. And finally, Spica, Tomoe, and Rara. Okay, everyone is set to go. This is round 3 of 15, the first international race of this season, this season's World Series. Here we go. Everyone set to go, gridded up in the standing starts. Here come the red lights. And off we go. Quick green lights after the 4 red lights. Someone must have had an itchy trigger finger as we have the 36 cars making their way past these first few turns here. Good start by Sarah. And then we have Misma Rising, who's interestingly enough still in B&U. Lumi Yukime right behind. Run around this semicircular turn. It may not have much in the way of grandstands, may not have much in the way of a crowd, but it does make up for it with a nice view, a nice scenery. Automotodrom Grobnik near Rijeka here in this Eastern European country of Croatia. Sarah Luceria with a nice lead, followed by Misma and Lumi. No, not Kaneko Lumi, Lumi Yukime. No, not that Lumi Wolf from Finland. I'm talking about Lumi Yukime of Specialty JP. Let's see where Alias is. Currently in the top 10. In 9th at the moment. Very good. And where is Kiri Kilovolt? Struggling to get a move on here. Whoa, careful. Tomomi seems to have had a bit of an issue, maybe. But luckily, everyone has corrected themselves. So we're still rolling quite fancily along, just frolicking through the fields. But trying to be on a full-on race mode, not just a fancy joyride. I mean, yeah, Misma just trying to speed up close to Sarah because she's supposed to be in full-on race mode at current. Anyway, do I have any more fancy liveries to figure out? There's a Akugaki Koa. Interesting design, especially in the front and rear wings. And who else? Mamie. I think that's just about it for the time being when it comes to fancy liveries. As Hysteria finds herself a bit stuck, I'm gonna risk pressing the replay button, seeing what's going on, and that was a waste of effort. Oh man, look how bent her wing is. So, a distant 36th for Hysteria. Meanwhile, Sarah Luceria, still in the lead for Globy. Trying to make it 3 for 3 in Brave Group drivers and race wins tonight. With Alias winning at Daytona and Kiri Kilovolts winning in Kentucky. So yeah, if you're just joining, Kiri Kilovolts won an oval race for the first time in CorpoCar action. Yeah, that'll definitely go along the all-time most absurdly unusual CorpoCar moments, alongside Nene Amano's win at Nazareth a long time ago, back when she was still in I don't know where. And Hysteria has given up. Back to the pit she goes. No points for her this time. That's a DNF. First DNF of this race. Anyway, speaking of Nene Amano, she's gonna have a completely new look, which means all her previous models and stuff will be thrown by the wayside and abandoned for a completely new, I don't know, lore and stuff. Which will force me to make a new IndyCar livery for her, but the next IndyCar series is not until November. So you can confirm busted engine for Hysteria.eve. Hysteria's race is history, just like that. It's very disappointing to see for her. Seeing a bit of choo-choo train action, but here comes Koa going past Rem Kanashibari to move up to 17th. Thirteen and a half minutes left in this third round. And after this round, I gotta eat dinner. And yeah, Koyori's stream. I don't want to miss the start of that. Yeah, I'm pretty sure Koyori does have a stream coming up soon. Following along with some of these drivers. Oh, Bent's. Another Bent right there. Bolte struggling in 22nd. Trying to avoid the curse. If you know what it is, then you certainly know. Alias dropping one spot to 10th, but still having a strong start to the month. Everyone's still driving. It's still wide open here. Let's see. Sarah Luceria. Yeah, I know she's supposed to be in Globy. All I'm seeing is fluent in English and Mandarin. I don't. Yeah, it's Nationality is still to be determined. Maybe Hololist? Again, results are vague. But it's still Globy leading the European, Globy, the European branch, leading the way here throughout the first half of this race in Europe. So we have three races on European tracks in these 15 rounds. This is the first of 3. The next European round isn't until round 9 at the Sachsenring, which I believe is in Germany. And after that, we'll have a race at Albacete. Is Albacete in Europe? Is it in Spain? Yeah, it is in Spain. I love being correct sometimes. Anyway, let's see how the leaders are doing. Volti's still doing pretty darn good. Triggerfish, not even in this race. As for Alias, still holding on to that 10 spots. So I'm trying to improve another position. Excuse me. And does go past Imi Biso. Ram couldn't quite get past Imi in the first attempt. Not quite in the second attempt. Third attempt, she does go ahead of Imi. Already seeing a bit of fighting going on in mid-pack. Sarah is still too far ahead of herself. Remember, boys and girls, don't call Sarah a bunny rabbit. We are 2/3 of the way through this race, 7 minutes to go. It's been a very clean race, despite one race retirement early on due to failed engine. Isma still little over 1 second behind Sarah. I think the word shillelagh is a fun word to say. Yeah, it is spelt quite interestingly. But I still think it's a fun word to say. The Grobnik circuit, unofficially nicknamed the Croatian shillelagh because of the track shape. Yeah, who cares about the tricky triangle of Pocono? Sarah would rather race on the Croatian shillelagh. 5 minutes to go here, and still no budging in position by anyone. It's just everyone just having a clean drive, clean single file drive for once after the chaos that took place in Kentucky. We're through 14 laps. Let's have a look at the count. 1 minute 11, 1 minute 10. So certainly a few more laps to go through here. Sarah wants to make it back-to-back Globy race wins to open up Worlds this month. Also make it 3 for 3 for Grave Group. There is a potential joke of Brave Group being the Team Penske of CorpoCar Racing, but I'd rather not go there. Less than 3 minutes ago. Anyway, an early start tomorrow, 10 a.m. Eastern. I want to be done by the time the annual 24-hour game show marathon starts. A live stream of 24 different game shows in 24 hours. It'll be a fun live stream. The stream trying to raise at least $10,000 for charity, and yes, I am planning on making a donation. Let's make it 2 to go. Sarah has not lost her lead throughout this race. Been a clean race so far. Alias is still 10th and Volti still 22nd. Still certainly within the points. And to 1 minute here on the clock. So it's going to be a total of 18 laps here for this third round, as the white flag is waved for Sarah Luceria, who just couldn't be stopped at all here. Got pole for this race and just had a good, clean start to the race. Just going past the other 35 drivers, and she has not been challenged throughout the entire 21-minute time span. Lead a bit too big at 1.8 something seconds. I'll go around the S's for the last time. And one more tight-ish turn. And last sprint to the finish. And that is going to do it. Sarah Luceria will come home to the checkered flag and get the dub in Grobnik. Congrats to Sarah Luceria of Globy. Her first Worlds win, right there. They'll make it back-to-back wins for Globy, and a clean sweep of wins by Brave Group members tonight. Misma takes second, and Lumi takes third. As we focus on Sarah's car right there. So Alias Sonono won tonight at Daytona. Kiri Kilovolt winning at Kentucky, and Sarah Luceria winning here in Grobnik to open up a CorpoCar Season 7 World Series action. As we'll fast forward and bring everyone in and call it quits for this race. Gonna quickly go over the points and consider what's up for tomorrow. Sarah, Misma, where's Misma? And Lumi Yukime. Right there. Alright, Sarah, Misma, Lumi. As I gotta turn the camera around so we can see her car. That's more like it. Daisy DeLion finishing 4th, maybe 5th. Mia, Leah, Goro, Rena, Alias. I'm sure she's going to have the points lead. Meifei, Kumanui Miel, Eliza, Ari 14, Amoria 15, Koa, Rem, Imi, Chitamu, Mamie, Tara, Volti avoids the curse, Utahime, Rena, Admira, Minya, Rara, Bonnie, Tomomi, Nikki, Nova, Tomoe, Spica, Mercy, man, Spica having a mediocre start to her title defense run, only 3 points after 3 rounds. Right, Plan A, Hysteria, and that's the only casualty of the race, Hysteria, busted engine. As we lock in the points. and consider the top 5 here. So it's 101 for Sarah Luceria. That's all 36 in. Everything looks correct. So 101. Nope. Hole. Okay, that looks correct to me. Excuse me. So please consider points. Yeah, don't mind all this. I'm gonna erase all this. Yeah, seat after round 3. All right, after round 3 we have Alias with 183. Alas, Alias is atop the point standings. Mivi of VNU 120, and then Misma also of VNU 110, and fourth by tiebreaker is Volti with 109 and a higher finish, and Sarah moves up into the 5 spot with 109. So that's your top 5 after round 3 here. And we have 49 of 54 drivers with points so far, and 2 drivers yet to get into a race. Hopefully we might see them tomorrow as we have a look at the schedule coming up for tomorrow. So, into the schedule here. Tomorrow we have a 10 a.m. Eastern start. We have a double round at San Francisco on the grid street circuit layout. One direction and then the other. That's rounds 4 and 5. And for round 6, we have an oval race at Worldwide Technology Raceway near St. Louis, the Gateway Round. That's coming up tomorrow at 10 a.m. Eastern on the VTRP channel. So congrats to Alias for winning, Kiri Kilovolts, and Sarah Luceria, your first 3 winners of World Season 7. Alright, I'm going to go have a dinner, and we'll see you tomorrow for more CorpoCar World Series Season 7 action. Have a great evening, and yeah, see you tomorrow for more CorpoCar. Take care, everyone. Autodag.